Street cover.
Yeah,
I like it.
I brought my jeans for you, yeah.
I like that you worked out that much to show us what the human body could look like, so I don't have to do it. Hello and welcome back. We love you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you guys too. It's so nice to be in New York.
We're in New York now.
Yeah.
I love it here.
You do.
You love it here too, right? You're back on Broadway again. You're gonna be
Well, in a year. But yeah. I love New York. I live in New York, so I love New York. Yeah, my family's here, so yeah.
But you're back and you're doing Othello, right?
I will be.
You will be
in a year, in 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's with Denzel?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I know.
I can't wait. I live here now. It's just like I can go see shows anytime with like amazing actors.
Yeah, you're like literally 6 blocks away from probably where we'll be.
It's probably normal for people that grew up in this environment, but I grew up in Texas where, that was not the down the street thing to do.
There's performing going on all over the place.
There is.
Yeah.
It's slightly different caliber, but yes, it's like you could just walk down the street and see Jake Gyllenhaal and Denzel Washington.
I mean, some of the best artists in the world have come from Texas.
Yeah.
So,
well,
I mean,
I'm not going to argue with that. I'm just kidding. So wait, do you enjoy doing live theater? Because I enjoy being on stage in the live element and that it's different every night, but do you enjoy the audience being able to almost play a character?
Oh, it's the best. I mean, it's the best. It's this like weird mix of just the thrill, right? And just being able to do what you love. And then the terror of being in front of all those people, it gives you the energy to just draw something from within yourself that you never expected.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it challenges you every night. The energy's always different.
Different show.
Yeah, it's a different show depending on, like, as you go through the week, particularly when you're on stage on Broadway, it's like, as you go through the week, Friday night, you know it's going to be a little bit more wild, and then Saturday night gets really wild, and then Sunday you kind of ease back in. You know, everything's different. And I think it's that variation for me that just, even if you do it over months and you're doing 8 shows a week.
It breaks up the monotony a bit.
Yeah, and it's so entertaining. Like, it's, to me, it gives, I hope I can give the audience as much as they give back to me. That's
well, speaking of the audience giving back, I feel like what's fun, and I've seen shows here, sometimes the audience will participate when they shouldn't. And, like, they say things so they get excited, and I'm like, ma'am,
I
what are you doing?
actually have a different philosophy about that.
You
think,
do?
well, now I'm going to invite it, but
But I'm always like, we're not at a meet and greet. You don't just, like, shout their name.
I know, but, like, that's the magic of it, right? Like, I mean, it's, if someone's really screwing up a show, that's one thing. But I also think there's something so magical about how alive it is, right? Like, I did a monologue on Broadway, and, you know, it was a very emotional one. And sometimes when you would hear people crying or things like that, or people would say something without even knowing they were speaking out loud. And we were directed by a director to respond, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it was
like, include
beautiful.
the audience as a character.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was an incredible thing. So, I mean, sometimes it's a little weird, like, you know, and somebody's having, like, a coughing fit and you want to help them, but they, you know,
Or their phone goes off, and I'm like, is this your first time in a theater?
I love a phone going off.
Really?
I feel like it gets too much, like, you know, if you're a real actor, you can't, you know, and I
it's
like
not about being a
phone.
real actor. It's just, like, that annoys me in a movie theater.
Yeah, it's a little annoying.
I'm like, there's a whole thing they talk about it right before the movie. It's a whole
Is everybody's phone on silent? I
am going to call you out if it goes off. No, it's just, I guess it is funny, though. I have been at a show, too, where the character on stage will almost break and be like, do you need to get that? Like, it's like, and break from the, that's funny.
I love that. I think everyone loves it, too. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I have definitely been like, oh, it's off, my phone's off. I'm like, oh, my God. So I have empathy for it, you know?
Yeah. I have none. I'm like, I'm the person that looks at my friends and I'm like, it better be on vibrate.
That's the worst part. Is everyone looks at the person, they're like, you know, and
wait,
then your phone
but
rings.
You're
Like, oh, you, I'm sorry.
You're projecting shame. Shame on you. So you wrote a kid's book since the last time you were here.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so you're an uncle, though. So
I am an uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an uncle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's me
What
taking
made
a
you
nap
wanna do
on
it?
some of the books I wrote.
Yeah. Well, that's called the end of a promo tour.
So true. Yeah, I wrote this book because my best friend and I wrote it together, actually.
Yeah.
It was just, you know, I realized there's like this weird sort of void in storytelling for stories about being an aunt or an uncle, you know?
Yeah.
Or a niece or a nephew. And we just thought, oh, what's the story? And so we started writing. And we wrote this book about being an aunt and uncle and being a niece and nephew in that relationship and that sort of really special thing that you share with them.
Yeah.
And it came out like last year, and it was just such a joy to write with my best friend. And it's so hard to write a children's book.
Yeah, I thought it would be easier.
I know, it's
and
so
mine
hard.
rhymed, and then all of a sudden it was like
Yours rhymes.
Yes, and I thought that would be easy. I write music for a living, but turns out just so different.
You know, I have great respect for the rhyming thing because I was just like,
I just loved,
fill pages.
I loved it.
You know.
Yeah, I loved the rhyming ones when I was like even the Shel Silverstein one, like all those things never as a kid. I love that. Do you like being an uncle? Is it fun for you? I think being an aunt made me want to be a mom.
I was like gonna joke and be like, no, but
they suck.
They are the best people I know.
Yeah.
And they are, my sister and my brother-in-law have raised such incredible girls. They are.
Oh, that's cool.
They are magical. I don't know where they came from, but they're the best, and I love them so much.
Yeah.
So I wanted to write the book so that they knew how much I loved them, and that they always had something that they could like go, okay, yeah, you know, and yeah, they're just incredible. Yeah. They're incredible.
I'm gonna say I have a full library like for my kids at our house, and there's not anything about aunts or uncles, so there definitely is a.
Well, there will be now,
I
Kelly.
Was like, no.
There will be
you
now.
Definitely
You're
had
gonna have 15 of the same book, and I'm.
That was a look at his new movie, Roadhouse. You can see it on Prime Video. So the movie is sort of a remake of the 1980 classic, but like it's different.
It's a reimagining. Yeah. That's yeah. I mean, it's directed by Doug Liman, who directed, you know, The Firstborn and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and so he's got a great sense of humor and a sense of action.
Great with action, yeah.
Oh, he's great. He's been a friend of mine for like over 15 years.
And there's a lot of action in this. You were kicking everyone's ass.
There was fake kicking everyone's ass. Yes.
Didn't look fake.
Well, I was fighting Conor McGregor, who could actually kick my ass.
Yes.
So I was absolutely fake kicking his ass.
So wait, why did you want to make this movie? Why was this? Because I imagine you get a lot of projects anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it was just great fun. Like the idea of doing this movie. Doug came to me, we were talking about something else, and he said, I also just read this reimagining of Roadhouse, and I went, that sounds terrible, let's do that. Like I remember, because it's such a great original movie, you know, and it has such a following, and people love it. And to me, but the idea of Doug making it and having fun with your friend, telling a story that like brings just joy to all these people, you know, and also,
nostalgic, but in a different way now.
Yeah, I mean, I knew Patrick. I made this film, Donnie Darko, with Patrick when I was, he would. Yeah. He was just, he was one of a kind, and he was so kind. He and his wife Lisa were always so lovely to me, and you know, I don't know. I grew up on Swayze movies. I grew up on Point Break and Ghost and like I don't know why I'm forgetting all the rest of the movies now, but. Just so many incredible films, and so to me, to think about remaking something.
Dirty Dancing was one.
Sorry, thank you. Sorry.
It's kind of a classic.
I saw that 4 times because my sister took me to see it.
Did she make you do the thing?
She didn't make me do it.
You're like, Maggie, I got this great idea.
But I can't dance, so I wanted to do Roadhouse. But the thing that is so cool about it is just like being able to step in the shoes of someone like him to try and do something new and original, and to have fun doing it. Like the movie is just pure fun. Like it's so nice to make a movie that you know people are going to watch and just have a great time. And there's never a moment where it's like, when's this going to get weird? You know, like it's just fun the whole time. So. Well,
I just want to take a little bit of credit because I need to roll some tape because I don't know if you remember this, but I kind of manifested this role for you.
I just wanted you to know I'm trying desperately to take credit for it, like it was my choice, but really in the end. I tell a story about how like a director offered me the part and blah, blah, blah. But really, I went to him and I said, Kelly Clarkson said, I was a beach bouncer.
Yes.
When I was a kid.
Yes.
I want to look for a movie where I can play a bouncer.
I am inspiring.
On the beach.
I just need to remind America, we're just going to watch this tape.
I was like, I guarded the beach, like meaning there was like a public beach and a private beach, and I had to tell people to not come onto the private beach. It was more like, it was just like a guy, just a boundary marker, you know, and I most of the time just had to get up and be like, sorry, and then people were just pissed, you know?
Yeah.
And
you were like a beach bouncer.
Basically, that's exactly what I...
There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome, America. Yeah.
Thank you,
I have great ideas.
Thank you, Kelly.
You're welcome, Jake. I just wanted to throw this out. I want a rom-com. So I need you to do another rom-com. Yeah, I need you to... I'm throwing it out there.
Do you remember after I saw you on the show in L.A. and I was like, you know, you should go to New York?
Exactly.
Do you remember that? You're welcome.
We should be each other's partner in that.
You're welcome.
Decisions. We're each other's vision board. No, rom-com. I'm just saying. Newer rom-com. Do it. Come on.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm so down for that.
Give us Beach Bouncer.
If I can do one lift.
Okay, one lift. That could be the scene. It could be funny.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that scene. Well, you really committed to the part, so I need to show this because here you are training. So that is literally someone hitting you. So I just one question.
Yeah.
Why? you're an actor. You can't pretend, you know?
Part of the fight training a lot of times, particularly like pre-sparring and stuff like that, is to understand what it feels like. I mean, like, it's weird to be in something and not know that. I mean, particularly making sure that you're ready. I mean, so much of it is being ready and defending yourself from punch, but also being able to take them.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel right to be in a fight movie, and I've played a boxer in another movie I made, without really understanding what that feels like, you know?
Yeah.
And also just be prepared for it. So it's just one of those things, and it was fun, and
yeah.
I know that sounds strange.
No, like if you get murdered in the next movie, don't go method. That's all I'm saying. Well, do you ever do, like, I've just recently got into the cold plunge thing because my doctor, kept telling me to do it, and then I just kept saying no, because it's cold. But do you do ice baths after all the working out?
I do.
I imagine you probably did a lot of that.
I do, and I did.
Can you enjoy it, or oh, look at you, yeah. You put your head under it?
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, it's great.
I can barely get my boobs under. I can barely, because I always think I'm gonna have a heart attack if I get my heart under it. Like, I can barely sink into it fully.
It takes some getting used to, that's for sure. I've done, I mean, like, but it's so good, particularly when you like work out hard and you're in that space.
It's great for inflammation. I know I've heard all the things.
Yeah, it makes you, that really does bring you into the moment. They say it releases serotonin, so like at the end you feel great. I mean, you do not feel great through most of it.
Not at all.
And particularly when you're working out that much, yeah.
Yeah, they sent with my cold plunge a thing that you could set up an iPad, and I was
like watch something?
What person is like, I'll just watch a show while I'm frozen and miserable? I want to become this person that can jump in an ice bath and watch a show.
You're just watching that documentary about penguins or whatever?
No, oh my God, no, I'd watch something about heat, like a heat wave or something. It's miserable. I'm going to get into it, though. We need to do another short break, just solving world crises left and right here. You can see Jake's movie Roadhouse on Prime Video, everybody. We're going to play a game called Road Mouse next. You're welcome in advance. Yeah.